Stripped Down, Saskatchewan's only award-winning 1-hour local music showcase, the show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room for 5 seasons now. That's right, returning to the Stripped Down stage for the first official show of the 5th season in the Stripped Down studio, returning after 125 episodes, ladies and gentlemen, Smokekiller.
Had to run, had to hide, had to fight, stay away from you. You're the one who decides, is it right or wrong to follow through. Give me something to hold if you think that you can. All that I want if it goes with my first plan. I'll stay just to say, is there a chance that you could be my girl? In a way that relates with a glance, you would rule my world. Give me something to write in the history books. All that I want if it feels like at first love. It's for you. Said sometimes it's easy. I know sometimes it's not so hard. Please me, it's not so hard. Please me. Try, then we might find what we were waiting for. Yeah, once you've been found, can't be like it was before. Come take my hand, now you have to believe. The reason you came was so that you could find me. I found you. Said sometimes it's easy. I know sometimes it's not so hard. Please me, it's not so hard. Please me, it's not so hard. Please me, it's not so hard. Please me.
You are watching Stripped Down. Here we are, our first in-studio episode of the 5th season. But it's really episode 2, season 5. And the last time we saw you was episode 2, season 1. It's almost been a full 4 years, sir. Welcome back to Stripped Down.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. I feel old. I'm not going to lie. I was like, that's so cool. It was 125 episodes ago. It was 125 episodes ago. That's a lot of work. It's
Well,
a lot of years, and it's
I'd
a lot
say-
of tradition in here.
I'd say you look younger, like you've been happier
you.
for the last 5 years.
It's true. I have been happier, more stressed, but with the stress comes happiness. Welcome back again.
Yeah, well, thank you.
It's cool. You kind of have a tough spot too, because you're following our awards show that kicked off the season, which ran last week.
Yeah.
And from what people are texting me and putting on the Strip Down Facebook page is that was the best episode we've ever done. 125 episodes later, we did the awards show, and people are claiming that's the best thing we've done. So you're a brave man.
Well, that would have been nice to know either just before we started or actually at the very end would have been nice too, either way. But I'll do my best to follow it up, start the season off right.
Absolutely. 4 years. Where do we start?
Oh gosh, last time I was here talking about myself, I think we had just gotten back from South by Southwest the first time when
Yes.
Jen was showcasing.
Yep.
And I just was getting ready to actually release a record myself, 13, that I ended
Yep.
up putting out at that time. And we've been busy since then, been back to South by Southwest myself and showcased. I think between Jen and I, we've had about 15 showcases at major events in the last 3 years. And just working hard at music. I think we've been doing it really full-time for the last year and a half. I was working a full-time job up until July of last year, and then just decided the timing was right. There was just nothing to lose, and so I've always been the guy that had one foot in, one foot out, and starting lots of stuff and not finishing it all the time. And so this was a big chance, but it felt really good to push off with the foot that was out and just jump in full steam.
Wow, the memories flooded back when you said 13, because I remember that CD.
Yeah.
Because that was the first CD I was ever given on Strip Down. Because your episode 2, episode 1 was Chris Brinklow, and he
Right.
didn't have a CD. I think he
Nope.
just like carved into rocks or something. I don't know what he did back then. But yeah, I was like, wow, a free CD.
was a plate.
That's so cool. I wonder if that's ever going to happen again. And now I've got boxes.
And you probably
boxes
get them
and
sent to you.
Boxes. Yes.
People trying to get on the show.
When I moved last summer, just this summer, I was packing things up, and yeah, it was totally, I got sidetracked by like 4 hours just looking at all these CDs that people have given me week after week. I was like, oh yeah,
That's
episode
when my
8.
stuff was at the pawn shop last week.
No,
Yeah.
I kept it all. Come on now. Usually, the fact that we tape Strip Down a week early is really not an issue, but so much went down in the last 48 hours that I'm afraid this episode's going to be a little dated by the time it airs. But things we got to talk about. Currently on a food bank challenge. I'm not really eating a whole lot.
Right.
By the time this airs, I'll be done, thankfully. But if I'm a little rattled today, that's because I'm not really eating properly. 10K20.
10K20.
That was just announced this morning.
That was announced,
morning?
yeah, Tuesday morning, and
Tuesday
then today
morning.
it was in the paper.
Yes, and something else. Juno's just announced today for in Regina.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Funny story. First time I ever saw you and your lovely wife Jen Lane perform was at the 2007 Juno kickoff party.
Oh,
Which
sure.
was at like
this-
TCU or something,
Yeah,
was it?
TCU on the stage, sort of
Yeah.
a side stage with good appetizers.
That was, yes. Let's not talk about appetizers. Let's not talk about food. And I was like, oh, these guys are good.
Yeah.
And this was pre-stripped down.
Right.
So much. So much.
Yeah, that was just at the time Jen was nominated for a WCMA for her self-titled record, and we were doing a lot of promotion for that at that time. I remember that.
Well, we have a lot to cover tonight, so
Yeah.
I want to make sure we get all 8 of your songs in. So first song we kicked off the show, what was that?
That was Please Me. I thought I'd kind of take you from where we left off. We
Yeah?
actually finished the last episode. When we did episode number 2, I did Please Me for the outro credits.
Seriously?
And so what I wanted to do tonight was let's do Please Me and let's bring the show back in and just sort of, it's a nice little continuation. And I started with that.
I'm glad you brought that up because you said you actually sat down and watched the DVD of episode 2 before you came today.
Yeah.
Thoughts on our second episode of Stripped Down
I thought
compared
it
to what it looks like now?
Well, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, right now in here it looks the same as, well, I mean, it's so different, but at the same time, lighting things, it just, in my eyes, it looks the same. But the production value on the show on TV has gone up immensely. I'm looking forward to
But it was nice of you to say that, you know what, for our second show, it really wasn't that awkward or bad.
It went smooth. We were in and out, played the songs. I mean,
I think the setup time was a little bit less this time around than it was way
sure.
back in March of 2008. We were really starting to, I mean, when Jay and I sat down, what we should have done right at the beginning was tear everything out of this room and then put it back in.
Yeah.
Because this was a room that was designed for like, you know, two people talking about politics and not really for a music show. So we thought, oh, a little bit at a time, and that's always what delayed the show each week, because each week we had to tear something out, put something in. We really should have just done it at once. But yes.
Well, it looks great now.
Thank you very much. That's where I was going with that. I wanted a pat on the back for how good it looks now. And that's actually mostly all Jay Neufeld. But anyways.
Right. Who? No, just kidding.
Director. Ouch. He's crying right now.
Oh, I love Jay. I do. I try to get on Jay's show as often as I can to promote.
From CFCR?
Yeah, his CFCR stuff.
His other show.
Our stuff. The other show.
Yeah. Okay.
The radio. The
Song
voice.
number 2.
Song number 2.
Continuation.
Song number 2. Then we continue and then we leap forward. Please Me was a song on a record that I put out in 2003 and then re-released in 2006 as a full length with the other half of it, and had a lot of fun with that stuff. And since then, 13 came out and we did all that. And song number 2 is, I've kind of gotten into this interesting place where I used to make a lot of noise and just sort of mumble in behind to find melody and make words up. And then I've gotten into this place now where I've been finding more lyrics first and then finding the music for those lyrics after. And it's, I mean, songwriters do it they do it every way they can, I guess. Is what song, that should be my shirt. Songwriters do it every way they can.
Hilarious.
Any way they can. But I was actually on Facebook and I saw a post from a friend who said his guitar was in Chicago. And I took that and a couple of the comments back and forth after, and I wrote a song out of it.
Should actually say musicians will crash on any couch they can.
That's true. No, actually, but then on the back it should be in brackets, but we will sleep on the floor too.
Awesome.
We'll also sleep on the floor. Here we go. This song's called Chicago. Guitar is in Chicago. You can borrow one of mine. Play for me that new tune I keep hearing all the time. You're leaving here tomorrow, so am I. The guitar is in Chicago. You can borrow one of mine. It's not that long ago. Listen to you all the time. Play me just one old song, if you would be so kind. I'm hoping that you know the tune I have in mind. Your guitar's in Chicago. You can borrow one of mine. Taught me everything I know. You wrote the words, I walked the line. Play one more of your songs, I'll sing along this time. You're leaving here tomorrow, so am I. The guitar's in Chicago. You can borrow one of mine. Your guitar's in Chicago. You can borrow one of mine. Your guitar's in Chicago. You can borrow one of mine.
You're watching Strip Down. We're spending 60 minutes with Smokekiller, but we have to gear up for our very first commercial break. Stick around. We got lots more of the show coming up right after this. Never gets enough.
nothing done. If I had some money, I'd be on the run. But all the money I had is gone.
Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345.
The following sponsors are proud to support local community programming on Shaw. Long and McQuaid, 721 43rd Street East, Saskatoon, 244-0509, or online at long-mcquaid.com. Ultimo Euromoto. (204 3rd Avenue South in downtown Saskatoon, 664-6640.
And we're back. We are we're not really kicking off the second or the fifth season. See, I'm all rattled because I'm on this food basket challenge with the Saskatoon Food Bank currently. By the time this airs, I will be back to normal and I will be done. It will be completed, but it's really thrown me for a loop. The whole point of this challenge was to see how you would, be able to do what you do on a regular basis with this limited amount of food, and I'm feeling it. Yeah. It's only currently day 2, so if I can go back and explain. They sent out an invitation for people to participate in this challenge, and what it is you show up to the food bank, everybody at once. It was a Monday night, and it's all legit. You sign up, and then they give you a box, a regular box that anybody who really needs the food bank would get, and then they challenge you to just eat what's in the box for an entire week. And I really wanted to do it. They have myself, Whitney Graves from Rock 102. They've got an author. They've got an executive chef. They've got a new mother. So they had this great array of people.
So you went there and got one box, and that's your box for the week.
Yeah. So there was a loaf of bread and some lettuce, and we had to just basically, you can't go to the fridge and grab milk. You can't. You have to only have what's in the box, and $5 spend in cash. So most people ran out and bought milk and eggs, but I haven't. I've been holding on. I haven't decided what I want yet. I'm waiting for that intense pregnancy craving where it's I gotta have this. I'm glad I saved my $5.
A little tub of candy.
Yeah. But so we're just over 48 hours into it, and it's tough. I'm really feeling I can't perform like I would normally on this limited amount of food, and all I'm thinking about is food.
Well,
I'm wondering when that next meal is gonna come, and if I should be strong and skip a meal to make it stretch more, and it's kind of how I'm living right now.
It's going to be a shock to your system too, because it's not something that you've gradually gotten into. It's it's like you went from eating whatever you ate on Sunday to starting off with coffee and peanut butter maybe on Tuesday morning, or Monday.
We're all encouraged to consistently blog about it, and we have been. Again, this might be irrelevant by the time this airs, but
I don't think it's ever irrelevant actually.
The blog maybe. It's foodbankchallenge.com, I believe.
Yeah.
I'll put the correct one up again.
Yeah.
And people could probably still check it out. But where I'm going with all this is that I know you and Jen take that stuff really seriously too, because you're usually part of Chris Brinklow's Songs for Supper each December.
And you were a part last year, and you're a bigger part of it this year, from what I hear.
Apparently in the works is that I'm going to host it again, and Shaw is actually going to televise it, which would be pretty amazing.
And if we say that here, it happens, right?
Yes, it has to. We're locked in now. Shaw is going to televise it.
If it's on TV, it's true. That's what I hear.
I got to host it 2 years ago, and then...
And last year,
3 years ago. And then 2 years ago, he was really ambitious, and he had the 2 days.
Right.
Which was insane. It was a great idea, but it was really close to Christmas, and 2 back-to-back, that was a pretty expensive December 20th, I thought. But last year it went back to one night, and it usually sells out when it's just one night. So last year, you and Jen took the stage. What do you remember?
We did some Christmas songs. The CBC came and recorded it.
Yep.
And it was just, I don't remember how much money they raised and everything, but it was very successful. It's just gotten better every year.
Yeah, I really like it. Chris says it's his Christmas, and that always resonates with me too, just because it's always really cold, and it's in the Refinery, which is a beautiful venue, and it's just really intimate, and it's always, mid to late December, even though it's, I think, November this year, but back in the day, it was mid to late December, and there's just actually that, spirited feeling. I think it's sometimes you miss on actual Christmas because you're running around with the family and everything. And
well, I think that's something what Chris is doing there is something that should get expanded and should be able to fill TCU.
Definitely.
You should be able to get enough people that are interested in helping out to that kind of thing, and there's enough talent in this town that people should maybe interested at some point to go from the smaller venue. The refinery is great.
Yep.
And it does look great when the room's packed. But I mean, if
it should evolve.
It should evolve.
It did evolve because it started out at McNally Robinson, and then he sold that out. So yeah. So yeah, here's hoping.
Just getting bigger so that hopefully we can push it so that it's a very big deal.
After it airs on Shaw, it's going to be huge.
That's what I'm thinking.
Huge. But okay, let's jump into more music.
More music. I'm going to jump back.
Okay.
Kind of.
It's a lot of jumping.
In a James Brown, kind of not James Brown kind of way. Because none of this, what I'm going to play, sounds like James Brown. But I'm going to play you a song off 13. I'm going to play California.
Okay.
Well, you can't beat 'em. Come on, join in. Sing along right now. It's a good reason when you need it. Get along somehow. Let's run away to California. We should be there now. We'll slip away before they own ya. Yeah, you show 'em how. Yeah, show 'em how. See the lightning, feel the thunder blowing up the sky. I think I might win, start to wonder if it's you and I. Let's run away to California, it will be fine. We'll slip away before they own you. Baby, you can drive, baby, you can drive.
We're spending 60 minutes with Smokekiller. You almost went a little ultimate power duo there at the end there. And that actually reminded me of something. One of my favorite moments of the show actually was in episode 2 when he started doing this crazy strumming thing up and down the neck. I don't know if you still do that or not. I don't know if that's retired.
No, it happens.
Yeah, it was pretty epic. Going back and talking about the food bank again, just to close this off. A little history of the show too. Now that we're in our 5th season, you were part of the original 16 episodes. We kind of got the okay, Jay and I, to produce 16 of these shows back in 2008, and then it was kind of we'll see how it goes from there. Yeah. So we knocked the first 16 out of the park. Again, a million thanks to people like you and Jen Lane and like Earl Prayer and Jay Semko, Kim Fontaine, Teresa Sekirka. Like, we lined up some pretty heavy hitters for our first 16 shows, and we didn't really know what we were doing. So we did those. They were amazing. And then we got the green light to do another season. But that season was a bit of a struggle because we were kind of taking over this studio space.
Okay.
And there were some people at the time that were like, well, you know, maybe let's not do a music show out of here because nothing's the way we left it the next day.
Yeah.
And so we kind of had this...
It's all the pizza boxes.
Yeah, we kind of had this attitude where we thought the show might end from a week-to-week basis. Like, we felt like we were under the gun for the longest time. And that used to scare us. But once we embraced that, I think that's what made Strip Down really, really good and fun, was because it could end any week, we thought. So if we had an idea, it was like, we did it that week. It didn't matter how long the prep took, how late nights, we were going to do it. And then as it got on, later, season 3 and season 4, Jay and I always joked about, oh, the show can't stop now because we've never gotten our, like, someone's going to give back moment. We were always waiting for someone to, like, you know, give Strip Down a big thank you. And I got that thank you from you and your wife at the last Songs for Supper.
Oh,
yeah, the quick backstory, I was putting together the whole evening thing, and I was listening to my Christmas CD that I mixed.
Yeah.
And I heard this one song by the Pretenders, 200 Miles. I was like, man, that's
2000,
a Jen. 2,000 Miles, sorry. That's how much I love the song. I was like, that's a Jen Lane song, and I emailed her. And 2 days later, she'd learned that and played it and gave me a shout out and said, this is for you and for, Strip Down and everything you guys do. And that just totally made my year, by the way.
Oh.
So I wanted to thank you both in person for that. You sang back up. That was an amazing moment for me. That's one of my favorite songs, and it was incredible to sit there and listen to it.
Yeah, thanks for the idea. I mean, Jen, she does a really good job of it, and it sounded amazing.
It was pretty epic.
We have an MP3 of that. We should get to you.
Do you?
If we haven't given it to you yet, we got it from the CBC.
Yeah, I got it from the CBC too.
Oh, did
I've
you?
listened
Okay.
to it once or twice. But okay, Smokekiller, 2011. We're kind of wrapping the year up too. So what's currently going on other than the you just got a little bit of money?
You mentioned other than that. I've been planning, like, it's crazy. The scene is sorry, I'm just sort of tuning while we're doing it and
multitask.
Because it's like
Funny
a
you didn't
it's like
tune
a radio
during my
interview.
last 10-minute story I just told you. Plenty of
Well, I started to, and then I kind of thought, well, maybe they can hear me, and I don't want to seem insensitive to a story because it's about us. And I really appreciate the fact that you recognize that as a shutout, because that's what happens a lot with, I think, a lot of the good people in town is you end up not feeling like it. You end up doing things that people recognize as a favor, and they want to pay you back for it, and then they help you out, but they don't do it thinking that they're getting anything back. And so it's always just nice, once in a while, I'd like to hear that, like we did for you there, and like you just did for me now, that it's reciprocated. Like we're all doing this together. We're all doing this with each other. And no matter what you sound like or look like or what it is that you do, it's just we're all being musicians and trying to be artists and entertainers, and you're providing us with an amazing venue to do that.
Thank you very much. And I didn't want Jay and I to sound narcissistic, like, oh, we need this gratification to make us relevant. But it was one of those, as the seasons went on, we just kept crossing things off our list that we wanted to do. And then that was just like the one, oh, we've never got a huge shout out for the show. It was one of the few things we had left that we hadn't accomplished yet. So we just made a new list after that. And we got another 5-6 seasons to go to get all that done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to set your goals.
Absolutely.
So I've been planning, we've been applying for funding opportunities and different things, and I've been turned down, oh gosh, I don't know, 7-10 times for different things. And so gotten through once with Rolco with the radio contest a couple of years ago, and this time around, I applied for the Rolco thing 3 other times, and with a couple of different plans, and I found that each time I didn't just leave my same application sitting there. Each time I kept doing things, and my plan kept morphing into what I was able to do, because we're always going to do it whether the money comes or not. So we try to do it the best that we can with what we have, with the resources that we have. And so I'd put in a new plan. I'd played a show with Tim Vaughn, who I believe's done this as well. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And Sean Verreau produced Tim's record, and Sean was in the audience that night, and he really liked some of the new songs that I'd written. So him and I sat back and talked about songwriting, and we put in a plan for Sean to come on to produce if we were able, just to make a funding application and try again. And I think probably having Sean, somebody professional, helped the application. But it's really the story. I've showcased at Canadian Music Week this year. I've showcased at North by Northeast myself with Smokekiller. Represented Saskatchewan at Prairie Scene in Ottawa. opening for Colin James at the National Arts Center
Wow.
with Jen Lane and I. So it's been an amazing year. We took the chance to do it full time and go full steam into it. I think that's why the opportunities are coming. Something you find out really fast is whether or not you like your own songs, because you have to play them. If you want to do this, you have to play your songs every day.
Yeah.
And you have to like them every day, because that's part of your work.
And speaking of playing your own songs, let's get to more music.
All right.
Not to mean to cut you off, man. We're going
No.
heavy on talking time. You're just too interesting. So.
But I was going to play you a song that is going to be on the next record, hopefully. I sent it to Sean, and he really liked it. It's a song I recorded for a Sask Music compilation. Recorded and got on a Sask Music compilation, and I got it into Willie Nelson's nephew's hands at South by Southwest this year.
Wow.
So it's one step closer to Willie, and it was sort of written with Willie Nelson in mind.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It's
Let's
called
hear it.
Last Day of the Year.
It's the last day of the year. You won't be here when it's gone. Search every place we went and all the things we said for anything wrong. Is there something I never told you that I was thinking all along? Doesn't matter, it's the last day of the year. You won't be here when it's gone. It's the last day of the year. I'll still be here when it's gone. I'll go to every place we went, do the things we said like nothing is wrong. And if I never told you what I was thinking all along, doesn't matter, it's the last day of the year. You won't be here when it's gone. And if I never told you what I was thinking along, doesn't matter, it's the last day of the year. You won't be here when it's gone. It's the last day of the year. You won't be here when it's gone.
Watching Strip Down with Smokekiller, and yeah, that fly came back during that song. See, it's just, I don't know if the cameras are picking it up or not, but it's annoying us tonight. Oh, there it is, right on the microphone stand.
Likes the song.
I guess so. Who didn't like the song? We have to gear up for our second commercial break, so we're going really heavy on time. But stick around. We got lots more Smokekiller coming up right after this.
That underneath it all these questions, yeah, they're wrong. All these memories are fake. All the time it took to tame you. So what's it gonna take to get you off my mind?
Let's talk about protecting our fresh water. There are two things we need to be concerned about: quantity and quality. The amount of drinkable water left on Earth is diminishing every day because of global climate change, and a growing population will use more water. What's left is being polluted by industry and our own activities. It's time to conserve and protect our water. What can you do? First of all, use less when you are watering the lawn, taking a shower, or even brushing your teeth. Never pour toxins or unused medicine down the drain. You can also save water and money by drinking water from the tap, not buying it in a bottle. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think?
Ladies and gentlemen, Smokekiller.
Just can't find you on the station. Guess the DJ let me down. Nothing's easy, but it was easier to hear your voice when I was down. Take those records off the shelf, play them again, boy. Sometimes it's good to go home. No, they wrote them by the dozen. No one sang the way you did. Melt this cold heart when it's crumbling. Turn this old man into a kid. Take those records off the shelf, play them again, boy. Sometimes it's good to go home. Let those old sounds out and soothe my soul. Sometimes it's good to go home. Sometimes it's good to go home. Called down to the station. See if the DJ was around. Said, man, we've been waiting for you to call when you were down. How many miles have I traveled? Some with friends, some on my own. It was your sweet voice in my memory that kept me from feeling alone. Take those records off the shelf, play them again, boy. Sometimes it's good to go home. Let those old sounds out and soothe my soul. Yeah, it's good to go home. Sometimes it's good to go home. Sometimes it's good.
Wow. You're watching Strip Down, Smokekiller in the Shaw TV studios tonight. That was amazing.
Oh, good.
During the commercial break, our director, Jay Neufeld, came in and said, "Oh, that last song was my favorite." And you're like, "Hey, watch out. This next one's going to be awesome." You weren't lying. That was incredible. What was that?
That one was called The Station. It came from a combination of things. I have satellite radio in the car in Willie's Roadhouse. And so I got into producing. A friend of mine asked me to write a song. He wanted to cover one of my songs and have me produce it. And he's a country artist. And so I was able to get him one of my songs. And I just need to get rid of this fly for a second. Just looking at my guitar here, isn't it wonderful?
It's wonderful.
Yeah,
it's not leaving us alone.
That's all right. Get him to land, give him a smack.
It's not okay.
We're killing a fly on live TV.
This is good stuff.
We're not going to kill him. Catch him.
Hold the mic, hold the mic, hold the mic.
Oh, you got him.
Oh, he's resilient. Wow, that's good TV.
You're going to edit that out. I don't want to get a call from PETA or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Get those fly guys on you. You can't wear fly wings anymore and all that kind of stuff.
We weren't rolling when I was kicking the cat during commercial break, were we? No? Okay, good.
No. That was right after I was... Anyway.
Taking a look around.
So I decided I wanted to. We did the one song, and this one song turned out really good, and he wanted to work together some more on more material, and so I decided that I needed to familiarize myself with what I liked about country music, and I started listening to the old country. My dad got in the car one day, and he goes, "Wow, I never hear these songs on the radio anymore," and so I kind of sparked that, and then a bit of it too is just losing a parent. I lost my mom, and it was about not hearing her voice anymore.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
You guys have had a extremely busy summer. I went to Smokekiller.com just today, and wow, that's changed. I think last time you were on the show, it was like MySpace.
Yeah.
And man, Smokekiller.com looks sick. It looks amazing.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like the way the website looks. We try to keep it as updated as possible. I could like to hire someone and do that social media stuff for me.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
You got to kind of do it yourself.
It
I got to
said
put a
busy
new
summer, and it was just like scroll. Yeah, you've had a busy summer.
Yeah, we've done, I mean, it used to be about 30 shows a year.
Yeah.
And I think we've jumped up into the 70-something, up into the 80s. So now I'd like to get that to be 100. I just want to play. Every night we finish playing, it reminds me, it's the in-between stuff that stresses me out and makes me gray. It's playing the shows and having, like, whether it's 5 people at a house concert or 800 people at the National Arts Center, just having someone listening and enjoying your music, what you've created, is what I really like about it.
And you played at the Angry Taco in Waskesiu, which is funny. I have a weird story about the Angry Taco.
Oh, no.
I was there with my family this summer, and
sorry about that.
No. We were walking down the street, and there was this nasty couple like making out on the street. So to avert my son's eyes, I was like, "Look, the Angry Taco. How do you even make a taco angry?" And for some reason, he thought that was the funniest thing. So he says that once a day, and all I can think about is those nasty people making out. So your website brought that back for me too. I was like, the Angry Taco.
That was a great experience for us, because I don't think we've ever done anything like that with our own music, where we set it up so that we did 3 sets a day right on the beach.
Wow.
It was a matinee and then an early evening show and a late evening show. And we were there 4 days. The first one they kept us an extra day. The last time we could only stay for 3. But we had full houses every time, just people coming by and selling CDs. The food was, the food was good, and the company was great, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, it's Waskesiu, so it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It sounds like a home run.
Yeah, it was a great gig to have. I hope we can go back and do a little bit next summer.
We were there twice this summer, and we missed you both times.
High turnover of people, though.
Yeah.
Like every night it was almost, you get some of the same people coming back, but then they'd be leaving, and more people would find out about it.
It's beautiful up there.
Yeah, it is. I really like the water.
We were running out of time, man. More
Are
music. Where do we go from the last song?
Where do we go from the last song? We go to another new song.
Yep.
Speaking of touring, one of the things we do a lot is we drive from Saskatoon to Vancouver, whether we try and play a few shows along the way, but basically you can hit Canmore and then you can hit Vancouver, just if you have to make it in 2 days.
Yeah.
Safely, anyway.
Yeah.
If you don't drive at night. I don't like to drive at night. And Canmore is just one of those places you wake up and the sun comes up a little late and goes down before everyone else does. You don't really get a good sunset because of the mountains, but versus living downtown in a skyscrapers in Toronto or something. Canmore being one of my favorite places to wake up in, because we get there just as it's dark, and we wake up the next day and it's mountains.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's pretty beautiful up there too.
So I wrote a song about a place like Canmore and a little bit of what it's okay. There's certain things that it's okay if it breaks your heart. And this song's called Break My Heart.
Take it away, Smokekiller.
Block my sunset with a mountain. Break my heart over you. There's another, tell me about them. Block my sunset, break my heart over you. Downtown in the city, among the towers made of steel, the sun comes up so late and sets against its will. Every time we hit Alberta, the ground reaches for the sky. I wish that I could live there, it kills me every time. Block my sunset with a mountain. my heart over you. There's another, tell me about them. Block my sunset, break my heart over you. Every time we hit Alberta, the ground reaches for the sky. I wish that I could live there. It kills me every time. Block my sunset with a mountain. Break my heart over you. There's another, and tell me about them. Block my sunset, break my heart over you. Block my sunset, break my heart over you.
You were watching Strip Down. We have to take our last commercial break, but we finish up with Smokekiller coming up right after this.
What are you doing? Hey, over there, Optimus Prime. What are you doing? Hey, over there, Optimus Prime.
Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345.
The following sponsors are proud to support local community programming on Shaw. Long and McQuaid, 721 43rd Street East, Saskatoon, 244-0509, or online at long-mcquaid.com. Ultimo Euromoto. .204 3rd Avenue South in downtown Saskatoon, 664-6640.
Do you know where your tap water comes from? It can come from one of two sources, groundwater or surface water. Surface water often begins as snowfall that accumulates in the winter and melts into our rivers and lakes. Cities will treat it to get rid of most of the impurities and then send it down the pipes, under the streets, and into our homes. The problem is, the quality of water is being damaged by our activities, and as our earth warms up, there may be less water available in the future. How can we look after our water resources? Find out where your water comes from and how it is being protected. Use less when you're showering, brushing your teeth, or watering your lawn. And never pour toxins like cleaning solutions down a toilet, sink, or storm drain as it ends up in our rivers and lakes. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think?
Don't go anywhere. More Stripped Down after this.
Memories we cherish, moments captured in time.
This is Matthew Halton of the CBC.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans in the United States.
Oscar Peterson est un spécialiste de la musique populaire.
Le hockey des Canadiens.
No, I heard they were taking on guys to the cannery next week, just when we leave.
Do you remember? How could we forget?
Strong winds that blow lonely. There was a time in this fair land when the railroad did not run.
À ta santé, Cécile.
And I'll call Russ.
Our mom got us seized to keep us from biting our toenails, eh?
Mr. Levesque, have you become a symbol? No.
Canada's recorded treasures. Help keep them alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Smokekiller.
what you are searching for, you already have. What you lose along the way, you never get back. It's up to you to make the good and the bad. What you searching for, you already have. Time asks no questions, tells you no lies, has no patience. We don't have much time. What you are searching for, you already have. What you lose along the way, you never get back. It's up to you to make the good and the bad. What you searching for, you already have. Looking for answers, you don't have to try. We'll go on together for the rest of our lives. What you are searching for, you already have. What you lose along the way, you never get back. It's up to you to make the good and the bad. What you searching for, you already have. What you searching for, you already have.
We are wrapping things up with Smokekiller on Strip Down's 127th episode. Again, Smokekiller returning after 125 episodes, because you were episode 2 for season 1. You've been episode 2, season 5. Was it like a homecoming? Did it feel the same or different? What are your thoughts?
It feels really good to come back and feel like I've grown a little bit since I've been here. I still feel like a piece of me that was here last time still here. And the same thing for the show. I feel like part of what the spirit of the show that started here has definitely grown, and the set is starting to look more like the spirit.
I cannot wait to roll back some tape and show you how this episode actually looks, because I've had the privilege of watching it on the little monitor, and man, if you thought episode 2 season 1 looked good, it's going to blow your mind. We don't have a lot of time. We got to wrap things up. You were the recipient of 10K20 from Rock 102. Big thanks to them.
Yay. Big thanks to Rocco and the support that they're giving the whole community. I mean, you can't really do it without their help. It's good that they're willing to support. It's the same thing as the Songwriting Association of Canada and SOCAN. It's their mandate that you make music. They want you not only to write songs, but they want to be able to provide you the opportunity to record those songs.
And that money goes straight into production. It's not like they hand you a check and you walk out and get some groceries.
Yeah, well, no, you're just thinking about food again.
Yeah, I know. I'm still on that challenge.
It's really, no, it's not like that. They do break it up, so it gives you the opportunity to make sure that you're putting it in the right place. Anyway, like it's just great that it's available. It's very difficult. Like I feel fortunate to get it. I don't think, it's just, you can put in your application and there's lots of very qualified bands. Out of 45 left that they have, there's lots of bands that should get it that probably you can't fit everybody in. And there's that much going on in the scene here.
Smokekiller.com, that's where everyone goes for the information?
Yep, smokekiller.com, facebook.com/smokekiller. Just type in Smokekiller and all that stuff comes up.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming back tonight.
Chris.
Sorry we ran out of time to talk at the end, but I gotta thank the cast and crew, all the volunteers, our sponsors, Ultimo Uramoda, Mr. Sicily Pizza, and Long and McQuaid. I'm hungry tonight, people. I'm on this food bank challenge. I can't think straight. And I'd like to thank tonight's co-host, that damn Fly.
Hey, Fly.
Hey, thanks for coming out tonight. For all things Stripped Down, go to the Stripped Down Facebook. Please hit like. We can use all the likes like Smokekiller has. He's got tons. We want as many as Smokekiller. That's it. For the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Smokekiller.
Watch the soldiers on TV. I guess they're fighting on for me. It's just the oil that I see, and spilling blood won't set them free. I'm not positive, I can't be sure. I just don't think I understand this anymore. Hear the people on TV spin the media for me, show me only what I need. Just think that oil could be free. I'm not positive, can't be sure. I just don't think I understand this. No, and I'm not positive, can't be sure. I just don't think I understand this anymore. So I tune out my TV. It doesn't seem alright to me. I guess it's how it has to be. It doesn't look like God to me. I'm not positive, I can't be sure. I just don't think I understand this. No, and I'm not positive, I can't be sure. I just don't think I understand this anymore.
personal appearance is not the best.